the listed price is online. But at the same time, it needs to be the total out the door pricing, because that is where it really helps us understand that what is the base price of the Subaru, along with the taxes, title, registration, and all applicable fees per se. So that is how we are doing a full cumulative understanding of what we call of our services. So that way you have full visibility as to what the pricing looks like. Okay. So let me
Okay.
introduce. Yes, I just moved my device. I hope you can see me now. Yes. So yeah, can you see me?
Ah,
Okay.
yes, I can.
Okay, great, Rocco. So let me introduce myself. I am Neel Mehta. I'm the co-founder and the CEO, aka the chief negotiator for the Car Concierge Pro. So over the last 4.5 years, we have served more than 1,000 clients to negotiate the best car prices for the vehicle as per their requirement. So unlike dealership, we are the total opposite. So we do not owe or have any vehicle with us. So we exactly work as per your requirement. So you said that the Subaru Crosstrek. So we'll also understand what is the trim level you are looking at, what is the exterior color you are looking at, where are you based, right? You have already secured your financing. So we'll make sure that we don't have to avail any dealership financing. We don't let the dealership know whether you are going to pay in cash or whether it's finance or whether it's lease deal until the very final moments. And they also don't know whether it we are shopping it for you or for someone else. So you have a complete peace of mind and a hassle-free experience. So you are not inundated with multiple calls from the dealership throughout the day saying that today is the best price, buy the car today, otherwise the deal is off the table. So that does not happen. So we have a dedicated concierge team who are working full time Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern time zone, and also available either after hours or early in the morning hours based upon the requirement or based upon the need of the client for that particular day. So you will have complete communication, iterative feedback mechanism from us to really hone in to exact vehicle as per your preference and as per your choice. So that is where we are. So what we do is we do an in-depth market research. So as you said that you have already sorted the financing. So first what we'll do is in neighborhood as well as in the suburb. We'll look at all the Subaru dealerships which is out there, and also will expand that and increase the search radius to 50 miles, 100 miles, 200-mile radius, so that you have the full visibility as to how many number of inventory options there are which are matching your requirements. So that is step number one, which is done by our team. And then we list down everything on this spreadsheet. So in the next 5 minutes, I'll also share my screen. I'll also walk you through some of the examples of our previous client engagement, our current client engagement, so that you have full visibility as to how this process would uncover or how this process would take in place as we kick off this engagement. So that is point number one. So our market research team will go out in the in the market to do a detailed overview of the number of inventory options which are there. So let's say there are 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 different Subaru options. Then we'll understand whether they are available with the dealership, whether it is in transit or it's only available for pre-order. Are you looking at 2026 or 2027?
2025 or 2026.
Okay,
I'm
2025 or 2026. Okay.
yeah. Since we're at the end of the quarter of the new year, I'm hoping maybe there'll still be some 2025s they're wanting to get rid of.
Yeah. We can find that, and on those we can definitely push for better discounts and better pricing negotiations, because if it is sitting in the dealership, that means they really want to get rid of that vehicle so that they can bring in a newer vehicle to the dealership, right? They have very limited space as a part of the inventory. So it is very important for us to review and reflect on that. And then we curate these options not only from a Subaru dealership per se, but we also curate these options across 18 plus different online platforms. So that means cars.com, cargurus.com, autotrader.com, carmax.com, kbb.com, churucar.com. So anywhere and everywhere, any Subaru Crosstrek, as per your preference, if it is listed out there, we are going to include that in our market research. Once that is done, then our team will start calling each and every dealership to get the initial quotation from them. So, what I mean by initial quotation is what is the price of the car plus the applicable taxes, registration, title, and license fees, and any additional miscellaneous or add on dealership fees which there may be. So then we know that, okay, this is the total cost which is coming today from this dealership, then this is the price which is coming from this dealership, etc., etc. So once we have full visibility as to what that pricing is looking like, then we look at how the process of the negotiation. That is where we use proven and experienced negotiation tactics with multiple dealerships, not with the frontline salesperson. So we always go to the internet sales manager, to the director of the dealership, or to the pricing manager, right? Because they only have the access as well as power to lower down the price. So we get rid of the entire entry level or associate level salespeople who have no visibility as to how to work out the pricing. And then once we have the best connect at the dealership, then we go and make them compete to get your business, in a sense that if one dealership is offering at 33,000, then we ask another dealership, can you do it for 31,000? Then we ask another dealership, can you do it for 30,000? And it's easier said than done because it takes 10 to 15 minutes to get someone on the call. Then it takes 10 another minutes to get the manager on the call. Then we have to build that rapport, and then we have to create that camaraderie. We have to do a lot of things in order to create that trust and create that goodwill, so that they will start lowering the price. And we always make sure that there are no dealership shenanigans. What I mean by shenanigans is something where they are adding tint fee, ATCH fee, security fee, paint fee, blah blah blah, da da da, and convenience fee, right? These are all the fees which you gotta never pay, because it is just those line items where dealership is trying to increase the profitability, right? They are trying to increase the margin, and they are trying to sell something which is only valued at $20,000 to all the way to 30, 35, $40,000. And we don't want to get into something where we are overpaying for our Subaru. So that is a prima facing goal, which our team takes it very seriously. And we do this with each and every particular dealership, with each and every particular vehicle inventory option for every client every single day. So we have different type of teams. You will be looped in across based upon the availability, based upon the sector and the domain, and then those team members will be working day in and day out with you to make sure that we are getting at the lowest negotiated price. So I've just said the entire process on a very 30,000 feet high level overview. And once the price is negotiated, we get it in writing. We never believe dealership on their verbal commitments, no oral commitments. So we always ensure that even before we introduce you to the dealership, or we ask the dealership to connect with you to do the final paperwork, before that we get a confirmed pricing in writing for our internal review and for our review collectively to get your confirmation, and then we go and proceed with the final step. Full disclosure here, we are not affiliated with any dealership. We are not affiliated with Subaru. So it doesn't matter whether you want to go with this dealership or this dealership. We are only focused on making sure we do not compromise on the quality. That means we'll not try to get a old beat up car at the lowest price, because no, anyone can do that. But if you are based upon your requirement, that is a brand new car from a Subaru dealership, either 2025 or 2026, again based on your color, trim, level preferences, the lowest negotiated out the door price is our main focus. And then the day when you go to the dealership to pick up the car, one of my team members is available on demand to ensure that if there are any last minute like fallacies or any sales tactics or any manipulation what the dealership will try to do, we will make sure that hey, this is the agreed offer, this is what we have in writing, please make sure that you follow through and give the car to Mr. Rocco, right? So that is the level of tenacity and the determination what our team has to make sure that you don't have to pay any dollar more after everything is committed, set, and done. And we, at the end of the day, once you walk out with the keys of your car, we would request you to give a 5-star Google review. So that's the focus of our team and our mission.
Sounds good.
Right. This is the journey. As we are not affiliated, there is a consulting or a concierge fee. What we have, it is $1,000, all inclusive from start to finish for this engagement. But here is how it is break. It is bifurcated into two parts. $500 as we kick off the engagement. So, as we begin the engagement, we understand your requirement and we initiate the market research. And then $500 once you get the keys of your Subaru, once you leave a nice positive review for our services, then we would request the second and the final invoice. That assures you that we will be on our toes to make sure that we are communicative, we are moving the needle, we are responsive to your feedback and the queries what you have, and ensure that you have a wonderful and a great experience at the end of the day.
Sounds good.
All right. Let me take a moment here. I'll just share my screen. I'll also show you some of the market research what we have done behind the scenes. But in the meantime, while I share my screen, if you have any queries or any questions you have, please ask away.
I do. Firstly, I'm curious, would you have the car inspected? Because I don't trust the dealerships either.
Yeah.
So,
So if you are taking a new car, then I mean, if you would like to get the car inspected, there are three ways through which we do the inspection. This is typically the process what we follow when someone is looking for a pre-owned or a certified one. But nonetheless, we can also do for a new car. Step number one is to get the Carfax report. Even if it is a new car, we will know the month and the year of the registration of that vehicle, right? Through the Carfax report. So if the dealership says no, no, it's a brand new 2026, it just
mm,
arrived in the month of January 2026, but in Carfax it says July 2025, guess what? It's been sitting with the dealership for 6 months. So we are able to create that litmus test and get that clarity. That is number one way to do that inspection. Number two is by paying maybe $200 or $250. We can ask the dealership to come up with a dealership inspection report. It is called DIR. D for Delaware, I for ice cream, R for Redwood. So dealership inspection report. What it is basically the dealership will take the car, take it to the service center, and do a full 110 point inspection, and then we'll get a report in 24 to 48 hours. So we'll get the full inspection of the car, which includes the engine, the transmission, the fluid, the coolant, all of that, right? Brake pads, tire condition, etc., etc. So we can then classify if there are any issues, whether it is engine related, mechanical related, transmission related, or it is more like a cosmetic related. So we are able to bifurcate between the two. And then the last thing, the third option, which we highly recommend to all of our clients, is a third party unbiased audited review. That means we hire someone expert who is not from the dealership. So let's say a very large used car service center who has the experience of providing or doing the validation of Subaru vehicles. So we are able to find those kind of businesses within 10, 15, 20 mile of the radius wherever we have shortlisted that final dealership where we are about to do that transaction. Just a day before that, what we do is then we ask this particular independent party to go and do a complete inspection and a complete vigilance of the car. So they will take the car on a like on a city roads, on a freeway. They will do all the checks and balances in place, and then they will give us the report. Of course, it would cost us about $100 to $200 on the top of it, but it helps before we take that final call of putting in the entire large sum of money or getting the car finance. So again, we are again not affiliated with any of this third party inspection or mechanics or auto repair showroom, but we do a detailed review based upon their own Google reviews. The last time that they have done the due diligence on Subaru, we'll ask them to send us a sample report of the previous inspection that they have done so we can see what length and what magnitude that they are doing the study, and then we are able to go ahead and move it. And in any of these three steps which we do, if a Subaru dealership says that we'll not let you do this, guess what, it's time to walk away, because then there is something fishy in that deal.
I like that. That sounds good. I'm also, if you could tell me more about the paperwork process, because I kind of want to avoid the dealership going into one physically,
Yeah, so if you don't
because
want to
I
go,
know
there
how
is
they
another
are.
process. Yes, yes. So we can do a complete process where the entire like I mean not the full car, which is the Subaru, will arrive at your doorstep. So that is also an option which we have for our clients, because most of our clients don't prefer to go to the dealership. But again, some of the clients wants to go there, take a photo, cut the red ribbon. So we welcome both ways, right? Whatever and however you want to do. So let's say if you don't want to step into the dealership, here is how the paperwork process would look like. Once the fully negotiated price is there, after that, what will happen is we'll ask the dealership to prepare something called buyer's order, BO. So in the buyer's order, the dealership will put down the MSRP of the car, the discounts or the pricing reduction that they have provided, the taxes that they are covering for Nevada, right, and the final price. And then they will send that buyer's order to us. At that time, you forward that buyer's order to your bank financing where you are getting the financing done. And then they will check and approve whether they can process it. Once we receive the confirmation, then we call up the dealership and say, hey, we are not going to finance through you guys. This is the best price what you have given us. We are not doing the lease. We are not doing cash or out of pocket payment right now. Our bank is going to fund it, right? So then the dealership will create a process called lien, LIEN, which is they are going to put the car on a lien, and then they will ask us or ask you what is the down payment you are planning to make. Maybe it is 3,000, 5,000, 10,000, whatever that looks like. Once you put down that down payment or the deposit on that vehicle, then the dealership and the bank will be in touch, and then the bank will disburse the entire amount to the dealership. Once that is done, once we receive the payment completion report from the bank and payment acknowledgement received from the dealership, we inform the dealership if it is within 30 to 50-mile radius to send the vehicle by the two drivers or chauffeurs to your place, because they always two people will be there in your vehicle, because they need to de-risk the risk of someone just driving it by themselves, right? It's more about manual observation and calibration. So those two people will come, will park your car wherever you ask them to do it, and then they will hand over the keys to you. And then they might say that you just please cover the cost of Uber to request this to, I mean, to pay for these two people to go back to the dealership. Sometimes the dealership asks for that. It can be $50, maximum $100, etc. Right? That we can do that review. So that is the cost, little bit extra cost which will come. Most of the dealership will say it's complimentary, right? Because they also know that when you walk into the dealership, you are also taking 2 to 3 hours of the time. But during the same time, they are able to, I would say, work and make sure that they are able to cater to multiple clients while they are at the dealership. Now, if the car is coming to your doorstep, good. You just review the paperwork. Paperwork is done. You just sign, give those paper back to these people, and then you dispatch them in Uber, and you get the car. That is one step to do it. Now let's assume the second step. That is, if the car is beyond 100 miles, then there are two ways to do it. We will either get the shipping, a third party shipping company, to ship the car to us after the financing thing is settled between the bank and the dealership, or we'll use the dealership shipping options. So both the options are available, and typically a shipping cost is $1 per mile. So that is give or take on a ballpark. So if it is 100 miles away, close to $100 is additional cost. If it is 500 miles away, it is $500 as an additional cost. But again, we look at value for money. That means if a dealership next door, which is like 20 miles away, is selling us the Subaru, for example, at $30,000, but if a dealership which is 500 miles away is selling us the Subaru at $26,500, still this is cheaper, even after incurring a cost of $500 in shipping, right? So that is where we look at what is the total cost to own or acquire this vehicle, and then we do apple to apple comparison.
Um, well, in regards to my financing, I already have the loan draft check in hand. So it's just a matter of signing and going.
Ah,
But
okay.
I'm
So
in no
you,
hurry. I'm in no hurry. I would much rather you take your time and find a good deal. Uh,
yeah.
um,
So
uh,
if you're
uh,
not in hurry, what is the validity of that check? 30 days?
90 days.
90 days. Okay.
90.
Okay, more than enough. So we always recommend people to give us at least 5 to 7 working days for us to work. So that way we can do very extensive and exhaustive market research. We can have multiple dealership compete and negotiate, and then we can take time as a leverage to even reduce the price further, because we never get the final pricing from the dealership on day one of interaction. It is usually the day 3, day 4, day 5. Once they start saying, hey, these guys are really serious, they want the car. And then we tell them, hey, we need the car. We have been on the call for the last 5 days. We have spent more than 5 hours. God damn, now give us the best price. Otherwise, we are going. And then they take it. Oh no, let me take a step back. Let me call my director. Let me call my boss and get the deal sorted, right? So till that intense moment, we keep pushing the needle, and then we get the price. So if you have time on your side and we can leverage that, then let's take 10 to 14 days collectively to get the best deal. And again, our fees remains the same whether we take 2 working days or 20 working days, right? We really want to make sure that you are able to derive the maximum value out of this engagement.
Um, I have another question. Oh no, I think that's it. That sounds good. I'd like to get started.
Okay, thank you, Rocco. Thank you for
Thank you.
believing in us and putting the confidence. So we can get started. What I will do is I'll create a quick intro email. I'll loop in my team members. There will be other team members who will be there on the email thread. They will share a client requirement form, or we'll create a build document together. Do you have 2 more minutes? I can take your 2 more minutes of the time.
Yep.
Yeah, so let me just build it right away so that it becomes much easier. We can avoid a couple of back and forths and get started today itself. Just a minute. Sorry for the wait, Rocco here, but it's just that
No worries.
I'm on mobile hotspot. I'm traveling at the moment, and so just a minute. I'll just share my screen here. Let me know once you're able to see the screen.
I can see.
Yeah, so this is the 2026 Subaru Crosstrek, right? That is the one what you're looking at?
That's correct.
Okay, perfect. And in that, any which one are you looking at? Any particular trim level here?
I'm sorry, you broke up.
Yeah, yeah. Which trim level you are looking at? Are you looking at the base, the premium, the sport, the limited hybrid, limited sport hybrid?
Premium.
Okay, the premium one. Perfect.
The premium.
Okay, perfect. Let's build this. Okay, just a second here. All right. Which is the color you are looking at? So we have multiple ones.
Um,
Alpine green. Huh?
I silver metallic.
Oh,
I
perfect.
silver metallic.
As
That
silver
one.
metallic. And then you are looking for the black interior, right? That is the only
That's
option.
correct.
Perfect. We'll go to the packages now. Mm. Are you looking to add this optional package?
Yeah, option 14. That one.
Perfect.
That's the only
Okay.
package.
Yes, that's the only package. So we'll add that, right? Okay. Perfect.
Yes.
We are sorted here. Okay. We'll click on next summary. Yep. So this is the MSRP of the vehicle, which is coming out to be 31,660. Okay. And then about 10% will be the taxes and the fees. So close to like 34, 35K is what, uh, I mean, as market people will say. Of course, our objective will be to get even lower than that and keep negotiating. Okay. Great.
Okay.
Yes. So now we have the exact make, model, trim, color, and the package. So we know your exact requirement. We'll create an interactive Google spreadsheet in which we'll keep listing all the inventory options. We'll share that document with you. So you will see how many options are there, where these options are there, with which dealership we are speaking with, whom we are speaking with, what is the dealership sales or the director's mobile number, what is the initial negotiated price, what is the build document what we are having, and all of the comments of our team. So you will keep seeing a refresh in terms of a new listing every 48 to 72 hours, which is every 2 to 3 working days. We do the refresh to see if any new options are there, and then we keep negotiating also. So we do both the things in parallel. At any point in time, we'll also send you a client engagement and a client handbook in which the process what we have discussed is penned down, it's written down, and there is L1, L2, and L3 level of support also given. So L1 is our associate concierge, their name and number. L2 is our concierge manager, the director in my team. His number is also there. And L3 is me, Neel Mehta. So I'm the business owner and my number is also there. I'll put my number also in the in the Zoom call right now. So you have my number, and I believe we texted also to schedule this call, right? So any queries, anytime you want to, discuss any particular matter, we are always available to hear and to listen from you. That is what I wanted to share and conclude our call here with. Within the next 1 hour, you will receive an email introduction with the entire team along with a client handbook. And then I'll send out a quick $499, which is $500 invoice link. It's a PayPal invoice which will receive, and you can proceed and make the payment per your availability today.
Sounds good. Thank you. If I could trouble you, could you show me how your spreadsheets work?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
how you
Sorry. In this
build them?
discussion,
Thank you.
I completely space out. Yeah, happy to. Please,
No,
please.
you're good.
Yes, yes. 1 second. I'll just show you that. I'm just opening multiple documents here, and yeah. So let me share my screen here. Please let me know once you're able to see my screen.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is how we do it. We put down the listing link, which particular dealership it is, how far it is from your zip code, what is the
Okay.
exterior color, what
I
is the
can't
interior
see
color.
it.
Sorry?
I can't see. Oh, now I can. Okay.
You can see it now? Yeah. Okay. So whether it is new, certified, pre-owned,
I can see now.
you
Thank you.
can see now, right? Yeah. Okay, so this is how the detailed spreadsheet curation looks like. If it is a pre-owned, we'll also look at the Carfax link, whether it had any accidents or not, what is the phone number, what is the availability, what is the availability comment. We also do pricing versus mile analysis also here, so that we can understand which type of deal we have to look at. This is another one which we did for Subaru as well. So you can see all the Subaru dealerships which we have called in, all the Subaru verification cross check we have done. Just let me also pull up one more here. No, that's not much. Yes. So here is all the listings what we have done. So you can see all the listings what we did. It's halfway done because we found a really good deal and we just immediately got the car for this particular client. But we did a lot of comparison, right? So you can see, are you able to see my screen real time? Yeah. So
Uh, you're
here is
breaking up. I can barely hear you. Like now.
you're not able to hear me? One second. Let me just give me a minute here.
Okay.
Yeah. Am I audible better?
Yes,
Okay. I'll just keep my video on pause for a minute. Let me just while I'm sharing my screen. Let me know once you are able to see the screen.
I can.
Okay, so here is how we have done the comparison of the different Subaru dealership. Here is one more listings what we have done. So you can see all the Hyundai listings what we have done across multiple dealership as well to see which dealership we are getting the best deal, right? When that particular vehicle option is also available, we look at what is the selling price, what is the fees, what is the HST, what is the total, what is the APR. In your case, we don't have to worry about APR. What is the payment, what is the estimated time of arrival, what is the amount owed, and what is the appraisal look like because it was a trading. So we were also looking into that. So we did a lot of comparisons here as well. So this particular client was not sure which particular vehicle what he was looking at. Let me also show you some more examples here as well. Sorry, the loading is taking too long. Unfortunately, I'm not in an area where it's a good 4G or a 5G internet speed at the moment. But yes, what I can also do, Rocco, is in the email thread, I'll put in all the screenshots of some of the curated deals what we have done. Okay, you take the time to review the email. You take the time to review the client handbook. Once you are comfortable, then only we'll proceed with the payment. Or you can even take a day. I'm happy to get on a call once again, sometime same time tomorrow. All right. So that I can, and I'll be in my office, back in the office, and I can just put it everything on my bigger screen and walk you through in greater detail all the spreadsheets as well. But yes, trust us that we'll be providing you very extensive and in-depth spreadsheets. Just a second, if I can pull it here. Um, just give me a minute. I'll just ask for a Wi-Fi if it's there in this place. Allow me a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've connected to the Wi-Fi. Thank you for waiting. Now I'll be able to share a lot of other additional spreadsheets. So let me know once you're able to see the screen.
Okay.
Are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So this is one of our another client. We have done a lot of, so you can see all the master links what we created across all the platforms, what I was just briefly talking about, right? We did a lot of comparison on the GLCs. We looked at the Mercedes. We look at the other GLC categories for him. We negotiated on the shortlisted options. Then we looked at his appraisal as well because he wanted to sell his 2014 Audi. So that is one of our another client, right? If I look at one another client of ours, Alexandra. So let me find this particular. So we did the comparison for Hyundai. You can see all the details option over here, which we did. We did it for Toyota as well. We did it for Mazda. We scheduled her test drive. So if you would like to test drive this Subaru, right? If you have not done it, but I believe you might have already done it. But we also facilitate that. Then if I will pull one of our another client over here. So he was not sure which particular vehicle what he was looking for. So we did a lot of Porsche Cayenne listings for him. We showed him multiple options as well. Let me also show you one another client, Spencer, for which we did more than 200 plus listings. This is a client which I clearly remember. Yes, so you can see how many options preferred and available at the dealership, more than 60 miles away, not responding, in transit, not as per the latest preference, and some of the cars getting sold just for Hyundai Palisades. We again did it for Kia Telluride, right? We again did some of the miscellaneous listings here as well. Then we listed down all the Kia dealership and started doing the outreach because they wanted a very specific terracotta as an interior color. It's a very dark orange color, and this is during the COVID times. And then finally, we created all these listings. You can see how many listings we did, right? And then we eventually found this particular dealership in Florida, and they were based out of Georgia, Atlanta, where exactly as per their preference, wolf gray as their exterior, right? The MSRP, the online price, what is the initial out the door coming out to be. So you can see that the same car, it is getting sold for 58,000, 62,000, 60,000, 59,000, 55,000. So just by doing such an extensive and in-depth research, we were able to save our clients more than $7,000 during this journey. And then we also list down all the distance from their zip code, that is where they are staying, with which dealership we are talking to, whether it is available or not, and then again communicating and texting with each of these dealerships to figure out, when and how we are able to complete the deal what we are looking at. This is one of our another doctor friend of ours, where we did it for Porsche 911. So you can see all the Porsche listings what we have done for Carrera. Again, we created the value for money table here, the tracker as well. I'll also show you one for Toyota where we did a detailed value for money analysis for this particular lady, where we created this entire graphs and understanding on the depreciation, helping her identify what kind of white color that she wants, whether, just like how you clearly know what color what you are looking at, but she was not sure whether she was looking at a white which is ice cap or white which is blizzard pearl. So we'll even put down the photos from the online listing platforms, and then we'll even like get the actual photos from the dealership salesperson, asking them to take photos and videos of the car and send it to us, and then we'll forward it to the client. So anything and everything what it entails in order to provide an end-to-end, completely hands-free, delegated, convenient, and stress-free experience is what we provide.
Nice. Um, do you have any mechanisms to prevent the dealers from selling the car from under you?
There are certain times when we will lock in the price. Let's say we looked at around 34,000 is the total out the door coming for the Subaru Crosstrek, along with the package option 14 is what you're looking at, right? But now what happens is, uh, let's say we were negotiating with the dealership and we got it down, for example, hypothetical situation at $33,000. And we loved it, and then we reach out to and say, yeah, Neil, let's go ahead and let's just go ahead and get the car. So here is the tactic what we have to do. We have to put down a deposit. Sometimes if we do not put down the deposit, then the dealership has right to sell it under the table or to someone who will pay even like $200 more. Dealership are not friends to anyone, right? So they are just looking at where they are going to get the maximum money today. So they will just do it. Dealership also do nuances. So if your car, let's say, has some roof rails and some additional floor mats and weather carpets, etc., etc., right? And if we negotiate so much that they will start taking out some of the accessories. So we are very vigilant. So we look at what is the build document look like, what all it includes. And at the time of purchasing the car, we map the VIN number, the build document along with the buyer's order. So if a dealership has the same Subaru Crosstrek, right? Like five, same color, same interior, same option package, but different set of accessories. So what they will do is they will try to sell you something where there is no accessories, because they know that we have already negotiated and we have already gone under the profit margins, right? So during that time we are very vigilant. Or they will try to then bring a loaner, for example, which is driven like
Yeah.
2000 miles. And they'll show something which is not even driven like 10 miles. But when we are signing the paperwork, if we again don't look at the odometer, and if it is 2000 miles driven, then they are able to offset. So there are so many small nuances which are there. And a lot of people, because for example, you would be looking at buying a car maybe after 2 years or 3 years, right? So you might not be in that system every single day to know all these tactics and the nuances and the sales deployment, what this folks will do in order to fetch all kind of benefits. But we are into this every single day. We know what kind of games that they will play, how they will try to nickel and dime with us. So we are able to overcome these challenges.
Okay, good.
Is that helpful?
Yes, thank you.
Yes, great.
I guess that's it for now. I'll wait for you
Sure.
to send the link.
Yes, yes, I'll send the link. I started this because I faced my own problem, right? So I can talk on this for hours and hours. But then I sometimes realize that I have to also take a pause, otherwise it will go for a 3 hour long discussion. So
Oh, that's no problem. More information is good. So,
Yes, 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 yes. So that's it. So never came from an automotive background, but saw that how dealerships are playing all these games, and now we have been grateful to have served more than 1,000 plus clients, more than almost close to 100 plus Google reviews, and we have been featured across more than 30 plus media publications. Have been on a TEDx speaker as well. So we'll ensure that you are in good hands, and we have a team who has wonderful experience and now a very practical and real insights on how to make sure that you are getting the very best deal.
yeah, sounds good.
Okay, sure. So look forward to our email within the next 30 minutes to an hour, and
Okay.
welcome aboard. Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Take care. Bye bye.
Bye bye.